The morning it happened was unremarkable enough that I remember the weather more clearly than my sister's face. Clear sky, cold light. The keys were on the counter because that's where we always left them. My daughter had been proud of that car in a way that made her careful parking it twice, wiping the dashboard with her sleeve. 15 years old and already treating responsibility like something fragile. My sister said she needed to borrow it for a quick errand. I didn't ask why she wasn't taking her own. I didn't ask anything. Family doesn't usually require paperwork. The call came less than an hour later. A man's voice, practiced and neutral. He asked for my name, then for confirmation of ownership. He didn't start with, "There's been an accident." He started with, "Your daughter is present at the scene." That was the first wrong note. By the time I got there, the car was angled into a tree like it had simply given up. The hood was folded, steam lifting faintly. My sister was crying loudly, theatrically, the way she always did when consequences showed up uninvited. My daughter stood several steps back, hands clenched in the sleeves of her jacket, eyes fixed on the ground as if it might open. The officer spoke to my parents first. They had arrived before me. I caught fragments: teenager, permission, reckless. My mother nodded at the wrong moments. My father filled in gaps no one had asked him to fill. When the officer turned to me, he said, "So you're aware your daughter was driving?" I remember how easy it would have been to say no. One word: clean. Instead, I hesitated, not because I doubted the truth, but because I could feel the old gravity pulling years of being the reasonable one, the quiet one, the one who smooths things over so the family can keep pretending nothing is broken. My sister sobbed harder, right on cue. "She begged to try it," my mother said. "We didn't think." "That's not what happened," my daughter said softly. It barely registered. I saw the officer glance at his notebook, then back at the adults. He wrote something down. I stayed quiet. I told myself it was shock. I told myself I'd fix it later. Later came fast. The police report listed my daughter as the driver. Insurance flagged it. My parents texted in unison, variations of the same message. "It's better this way. Don't make it worse. She's young, it won't stick." My daughter asked me that night if she was in trouble. Not accusing, just careful. I told her no, but my voice didn't convince either of us. I didn't confront anyone. I didn't argue in group chats. I asked for copies. Reports, statements. I wrote dates in the margins. I requested the accident photos. I read them slowly, noticing the seat position, the mirror angle, the height of the impact. I asked my sister neutrally to text me exactly what she remembered. She sent paragraphs, too many details, too much certainty. 3 days passed like that, quiet, polite. On the 4th, I filed a formal request for a review, not an accusation, a clarification. I attached documentation. I referenced procedure. I hid the insurance investigator in the department's internal review unit. I didn't include my parents. The meeting was held in a small office with bad chairs. My parents arrived confident, smiling too much. My sister avoided my eyes. An officer read aloud the inconsistencies. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't look impressed. He simply stopped and waited. Silence does strange things when it's official. My mother tried to speak. The officer held up a hand. "Ma'am, we'll need you to pause." He turned to my sister, asked her to confirm who was driving. She opened her mouth, then closed it. Her face went pale in a way I'd never seen before. Not dramatic, just drained. The report was amended. Responsibility reassigned. Insurance recalculated. The officer apologized to my daughter directly, his tone shifting into something unmistakably adult to adult. No one looked at me. Outside, my parents stood stiffly as if waiting for someone to explain what just happened. My sister got in her car without saying goodbye. At home, my daughter asked if we were okay now. I told her yes. Mostly. There were consequences she wouldn't see: strained holidays, quieter calls, a family story that would be told differently from now on. I didn't celebrate. I didn't demand apologies. I made dinner. We ate. The keys went back on the counter, but this time I moved them to a drawer. Some loyalties don't break loudly, they just stop working.